Welcome back, everyone, to the final day of the Nordic Championship 2019 summer season round robin, brought to you from the Monster Energy DreamHack studio. I'm here with Troubling, and we just witnessed what just might be the bloodiest game of Nordic Championship summer 2019 history. 50 kills in a 36-minute game as Ventus slaughtered Dusty, but they took a couple of punches themselves and they leave game one battered and bruised. Now, can Dusty turn it on in game two, Troubling? What do you think?
Definitely. They showed us a lot of soul and passion into this game, and we keep on saying the same thing. Joachim gets going, the entire team gets going. Now, we had a few hiccups and missteps by where Hoyes was positioned. He was able to be caught because when you're playing against the dancing Lucian, it's really hard to get away from that. Now, back in my old days where I was actually coaching teams, I had down a composition that was called the dancing Lucian. Back then, it was a meta to play Kama bot lane and Lulu mid, or vice versa, and have a Lucian down the bot lane. Now, that Lucian never ended up dying because he had too many, speed ups, too many shields. I love the twist that Ventus put on the, I'll claim the title Dancing Lucian composition, gave him the Yumi, gave him the Zillion. You saw that this Lucian was all over the place. He had so much mobility, so much movement speed, and he was pretty much unkillable and he could do whatever he wants. So the second you see somebody out of position, you can use your Lucian to actually hunt them down and kill them. And with Dusty having so many squishy members, like even their Brom was kind of like a pseudo tank, and obviously the Javelin was a piece of paper. Come on, it's Joachim. He's never gonna build tank. This guy, he's just gonna play purely, damage dealers. So it was just easy for the Lucian to work there because there's not a lot of tanks.
I have to point out, though, that this was absolutely not an unkillable Lucian. It was in the later stages, absolutely.
It didn't go
When
well
the
at the
trio
start, did it?
of God, bro, Phil, and Raya worked as a cohesive unit, those three at the same time. But yeah, at the first stage of the game, definitely looking rough there for Raya. But he managed to turn it on, and yeah, the dancing Lucian did a complete show for us as he spiraled around Summoner's Rift, hunting down people. Because yeah, Dusty, they did not have much response when Raya was online, for sure.
I did believe in the composition of Dusty because they sort of had every single reply they needed. The only engage from the side of Ventus was that on, it was that ultimate, and then they locked in Brom. Perfect. There should never be any engage coming out from that Brom. You need AD, you've got AP, perfect, you got it. Severe, super hyper ADC in the late game. You've got the Corgi putting down the AD and the AP pain as well. So you've got the mix hyper damage right there coming out. You've got your front line, you've got your Karma with all the shields and the damage in the early game, and of course you've got the engage with Joachim on the Javan. So it felt like they had all the replies, but a few hiccups and missed opportunities that somebody just gets away with sliver of health is what costed I feel Dusty the game. And Ventus, of course, is not a team that you can, laugh at and go and say, okay, let's just play this and see what happens. They're actually, their macro is insane and they're going to punish you. And I do feel like Ventus played a little bit more free into this game, but where it mattered, they turned back on the machine and they finished the game.
Yeah, the machine grinded Dusty into smithereens as soon as that Baron was taken. It felt like that was the big trigger point to really turn on that go button and destroy Dusty. I just blow them to pieces pretty much. But before that point, it was pretty much anyone's game. Dusty, they were looking fantastic in the early game. Adi was playing out of his mind. Like,
Oh,
big
yes.
shout out to this guy on this Corki. Very clean stuff with Joachim obviously doing Joachim things, and Hoy's having a little bit of a showing as well. So as long as they just don't lose grip once they get that chokehold, I think they can squeeze out a victory in game number two if they manage to accomplish the same things. The question is, Trouble, how much of their morale has been shaken here in game number one? Because that's a very rough game to lose.
Oh, I don't think that much, actually. There's been a lot of games where Dusty has actually lost the first game just because they felt out of position, the synergy wasn't there, and the second game they're actually a whole different team. Kind of the same situation that we saw in the previous best of three, with Neon, where they actually started warming up in the first game and then they were actually in it to win it in the second one. So I'm expecting to see a more decisive Dusty here. They have, pinpointed the problems in the previous game, some of the mistakes that happened, and hopefully they're going to fix it in the second game, because I can't wait to see 3 games coming out of these two teams. I was not expecting that Dusty could actually put up a fight versus Ventus. This is one of the 3 top teams that we have right here, but apparently they can, and it's looking pretty good, and I can't wait to see how far this team can go.
Yeah, they're putting up a fight versus Ventus. The question becomes, though, the big point of concern is that how far can they go? You ask. Well, if they face Ventus in the quarters, it's going to be rough. Yeah, we are seeing a little bit of a showcase for perhaps what's to come if Dusty end up losing this one, either a 0-2 or 1-2 if they get back in the second game. But Ventus, they are a strong team, and the fact that they pulled off this composition so. I was going to say cleanly, but I mean cleanly after a certain point. Right. So the fact that they can play so many multiple different kind of styles also makes it so difficult for you to read them and predict what they're going to throw your way. However, Dusty doesn't necessarily seem to care. They'll just take it at face value, ram you with the head first kind of horns sticking out, and just try to cause as much damage and havoc as humanly possible. And unfortunately it didn't go all the way for them in game number 1. As we are heading into picks and bans for game number 2, though, anything could really happen.
Anything could really happen, and I really want to focus on the Adi great moments. So I don't know if you might want to pick for him again this time and try to play around it. Yumi is gonna get banned this time. I'm expecting to maybe see Karma get banned also, because if you have a look, everything that sort of Nipla plays in the top lane, except from Victor that we've seen him play, kind of gets countered by that Karma that Reese really likes to run up top lane. I also want to point out that Nipla went for the utility build on the Karma. Sure, he built a Luden Seko, but then it was Unholy Grail, and then he went towards the other sensor as well. Well, Reese, on the other hand, he goes Seko, Lomicon, Death Cap, and so on and so on and so on. So we did see the utility trying to come in. We did see him trying to shift the build towards what we needed it to be. Now all we need to see is that, are they going to first pick the Karma? Are they going to ban the Karma themselves, Ventus here? And if so, what is the first pick for Dusty? Is it going to be yet another Corki for Adi, or are you going to go for something else? Karma open, Corki open.
As is Zaya. So the question becomes how much focus they put on champion, and there it is, right? The top win percentage ADC of the league, they secure that one. It pretty much forces a Rakan on the other side, unless you want that hyper, or you want to give away that hyper synergy for Bad Habit and Hoys here. So expect them to have some sort of answer here. There's obviously the counter lane that you keep on bringing up, which is obviously the Kaiser as well as the Nautilus. However, Raya
Here
has
comes the
other
flex.
things in mind, but that is a flex pick, as you said, could go to Godbro in the mid side as
I'm
well.
expecting the Rakan too, unless they want to go for Tristan and Nautilus, which is extremely scary to play against, even when you have the Zaya Rakan combo. Ho ho!
That's a Vega. It's bot lane. I'm
Pick the
telling you right
Katarina.
now.
It counters, guys. Katarina counters Vega early game. You can crash him. That's it. That's the counter pick.
I don't think we're going to see a Katarina play. We had this discussion earlier. God damn it, Troubling.
Oh,
My analyst
man.
is running amok.
We had a fun conversation with the players, and they were like, I don't remember which player it was, and they were like, okay, you can play in my place in mid lane. And I'm like, okay, but if I'm going to play Katarina, then the opponent has to pick Vega. That would be perfect. If just Adi let me play on his spot.
I still think it's bad advice telling them to pick Katarina here.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah. And the big question mark here is probably, is this going to be a mid lane Veigar in the first place?
It could
Because
be a bot
Ventus
lane
have
Veigar.
played that bot lane Veigar exactly. Raya does not shy away from this one. This Gragas could even be a support Gragas For Dusty, I would not be surprised by that. It has seen a rise to prominence. We saw it a little bit last week, I believe, and the flex pick Karma is fantastic. So I'm fully expecting a Karma Veigar bot lane here with Godbro on mid Tristana.
I don't know about this one, but I think it's very clever what Ventus are doing because we clearly said, okay, since you picked the Zaya, you could go for Nautilus as well next to the Zaya, but now picking already the Vega, you can't really go Nautilus over there because Vega counters Nautilus in lane because his cage is so big, you can't really anchor through it, so you do get stuck on that. So far, we know that Joachim is 100% going to be playing on that Gragas. I can't really see it going anywhere else. And we do have a bot lane locked in for Dusty as well, the Morgana plus the Zaya. A little bit questionable how we don't really have the Rakan running
Yeah,
in, and
right.
unless they want to flex the Morgana in the mid lane, they're thinking it's maybe a mid lane Vega, or they want to pressure the Tristana back into her lane by leveling W into the Morgana mid lane. So it could also be a flex pick, and then we have 3 flex picks for the other side of Ventus. So, okay, that would potentially be the only thing that we are sure of where it's going.
Hey, don't say that just yet. But there is obviously the Graves coming in. That's likely to go in the hands of Marcoon, especially since he played it in the as recently as the previous game. So everything else seemingly flex picks all across the board. I did not take Morgana into consideration there. But yeah, obviously there is the possibility for flex there as well, but most likely going to be jungle Gragas. So how does Dusty want to round off the composition then?
Oh, it depends what you're willing to get
I mean,
counterpicked.
that's one way.
Oh, God. Okay, so Ahadi is locking in the assassin that it's going to be for the mid lane. So we've got another one there. We've got 2 out of 4 so far. No, wait, we actually know the ADC as well. You're right. We got 3 out of 4. And what is it going to be for the top lane? Because I'm assuming, yeah, okay. So he's going to be the victor for the top lane. I do like what they're doing here because we said they could potentially put that Karma in the top lane, and the only thing that Nipple has played that doesn't get counted by a Karma top lane is that Victor. So he locks in the Victor, going down going up the top side. I can't even put my words together. And no matter what Ventus chooses, Victor is a very safe pick because you can sustain. You've got the shield. You can pressure the wave. You don't have to be extra aggressive. You just have to farm. You're kind of like a Vladimir. You just kind of have to farm up to the point where you're strong enough to join the fights. Although saying that, Reese is going to go with Rumble. The 915 Rumble did have some nerfs onto his shield to make him a little bit, more competitive into him taking more damage earlier and more trades into the early game. And it is going to be Karma Vega bot lane. Now, I will of course give the bot lane props to Ventus because you have no sustain from the side of Dusty, and Karma bot lane, when you've got no sustain, is so obnoxious to play against because it does so much damage early into the game. And Beetle is running that ignite. He wants a lot of bloodshed in that bot side. My eyes are gonna be peeled on Addy and Godbro because I have a feeling that Addy is going to suffer a lot in the early game and he's gonna need a lot of jungle assist, which we're kind of used to between Joachim and Andy, to be fair.
Yeah, it's true. While Vega Karma is a very spicy lane there on the ball side, with Electrocute actually Electrocute going to be the keystone there for Raya's Vega, it's not necessarily going to be the most interesting lane to watch, right? The more intricacies and shenanigans that might happen will most likely be in the mid side, with Godbro being Godbro and Adi Joachim being that mid lane focused duo that we have come to expect from them. So I definitely agree with you there that Gobra versus Adi is where our eyes should be. But at the same time, like Vega Karma trouble, how do you begin to analyze this one? I feel like they have very obnoxious poke and very obnoxious wave clear, and at the same time they proc the black shield quite easily. So surely Hoy's and Bad Habit should, in theory, be permanently pushed in, but that just opens up for Joking bot side instead.
It does, but then the cage is such. It blocks so much room, and Joachim will not be able to body slam flash that. So if you're keeping this up onto the Vega, then you're gonna make. I don't think that a Vega Karma lane is necessarily a kill lane unless Markun comes down bot lane and then you drop the cage to try and get the kill possibly onto Hoys or Bad Habit. By baiting the Black Shield for something else. For example, like a Mantra Q poke or from Fiddle on the Kama. So I have a feeling that it's going to be really hard for Jogging to play towards bot lane. And we seen Jogging play mats towards bot lane, and you've got everything you need in the bot lane. Push Godbro back with that Tristana, set him back as far as possible, and get Adi rolling into the early game. Get that assassin rolling, and that's all you need. Because we saw once you got rolling onto that Corki in the previous game, that's where you actually started seeing, oh, Dusty do have a chance here. Oh, Adi's playing really well. Wow, Adi MVP. So this can happen here as well. It's kind of like little baby steps to going to wow Adi MVP again, if Dusty wants to win, that is.
So I want to point out something else as well. You pointed out the assassin in the mid side or in the mid lane. There are actually two. Watch Godbro. He's looking for that ignite even. He has ignite on mid lane Tristana. He's not running Demolish. He's running Overgrowth as well as Bone Plating. So he's looking for the all-ins consistently against Adi, expecting to be hammered down by Joachim and Adi, and not so much expecting to get the sieges down. Because obviously Demolish is something that we tend to see on the mid lane Tristanas. But this is for sure an interesting adaptation here. But most interestingly, the Ignite with a press the attack combination. Adi might not be as much in control as you might think.
Oh, definitely not. This is still a melee versus range matchup that we're looking at right here, and the bombs are gonna hurt a lot for Godbro when Adi is going in to try and get some CS, and his energy is not gonna be at high levels. His Q is gonna be on cooldown, so he's not gonna be as much at ease as he was at Corki trying to get this, but it's happening again!
Yeah, they're doing it. Ventus with a pick onto Hoys. However, it is the Darkman that will root. Heal comes in for Hoys, and some beautiful peeling coming from Bad Habit as well. Hoys does, however, have to use his flash, but some early aggressive invades by Ventus secures the red buff as well as a flash, and Ventus with the early game lead and full control of the bottom side of the jungle will cause them to be very happy with themselves in game number 2.
Oh, that's so huge. Adi gets shut down. Joachim gets shut down without getting a buff and having to start his jungle on his own. Hoys has to use his teleport because he also got a lot of pain onto him by trying to trade right there. So one teleport down, he won't be able to use that. His flash is down. Bad Habits heal is down. And Joachim a lot of bullying.
Yeah, the dashes are coming in as well. They're gonna flash in for that red buff. Double flash, actually, and it's first blood for Godbro's Assassin Tristana. Ignite's flash is yours, and the commitment pays off, and you could not be further behind than Joachim at this point. He lost his entire bot side jungle. He cleared the wolf camp on his own, and now he's gonna have straight up nothing.
Okay, this is going to be very sad. You focus the player that starts moving the entire team when he gets going. You pinpoint them down, you get them stuck in place, and then you can actually start winning the game. That's exactly what they're doing. It's the same with Veluxa. We're like, okay, get them out of the comfort zone, take away their champion. This time you don't really have to take away any champion out of Joachim because he has too many, but what you can actually do is try to get him stuck into a point where he can't make plays, he can't gank anywhere, he doesn't have any experience. He has 4 CS.
Yeah, he literally has only slain the wolf camp. Went for an aggressive gank in the bot side, trying to influence, trying to say that hey, yeah, I lost the early game with the farm and the 1v1, or the 1v2, I should say, with Godbro and Markun. Tries to influence bot side instead, realizing that he has to do something, right? Or else he'll just be playing catch up for the rest of the game. It doesn't work out for him, and it's a very sad Danish jungler here on the side of Dusty.
And that's a very sad early game aggressive jungler on the side of Dusty. And the bot lane is pushing. Marcoon is over down there. Adi's not gonna have fun because there's already Vampiric Scepter on the side of Godbro, which means that any poke that Adi is gonna put down, then Godbro is gonna lifesteal back up. So you can't get a kill in the mid lane. Top lane is pretty much like a farm fest. So you need to get someone going, but you can't get going yourself. And we talk about how important it is for Jockey to get going, so his whole team starts getting confident. Now, oh boy, that bind is going to miss.
Yeah, the binding misses, as does the baby cage. You can just wait it out. So there's no assistance by Marcoon. Marcoon is busy just demolishing Joachim in farm here.
Oh, he's going to lane.
Still level 3, by the way, is going for that top side, but will he be able to influence the destroying and still has flash available to him? And while all of this is happening, Joachim, he's taking flashes preemptively, realizing that Joachim is a very dangerous man if he wants to get that body stun. But while all of this is happening, Marcoon is literally just farming happily, and he will find Joachim again, by the way. Oh no, can Joachim clear this before Marcoon gets the red buff? Oh yikes, guys. Oh no, yeah, I'd see it. Are they gonna find each other? Yeah, they are. Marcoon.
I think Marcoon is gonna, yeah.
Yep. And that causes this thing to move in, and he
at
least gets 2.
Versus level 3 jungler.
Poor guy.
Joachim is so far back because he's trying to get one of his lanes going. But like we said, he can't get going himself. He's 2 levels behind, so much experience behind, so much gold behind that he can't get anywhere rolling, and you need to get this Zed rolling. Sure, the other lanes at some point in the game will get relevant. Your Zarya is a late game hyper carry. Same for the Victor in the top lane with an AP carry in the late game. But that Zed needs to get going. You need to have him in a side lane. He needs to be a threat. He needs to be pulling 1 or 2 people on the side lane. And right now we're not seeing that because Godbro is actually bullying him in lane, and Joachim can do absolutely nothing about that.
I think this is brilliant targeting here by Marcoon and Ventus in general. They shut down Joachim. They and by shutting down Joachim, they in turn shut down Adi's Zed, right? He doesn't get the setup that he so badly wants, or that Dusty want to play around. So by extension, Godbro gets a much easier lane, gets an advantage by default, pretty much. And
5 men
can't get anything. Yeah, look at this.
5 men Ocean Drake.
Yep, there we go. Pretty free.
Right. Reese is all the way down the bot side.
Yeah, and
the equalizer.
This is going to pay off here. Raya does not have his ult just yet. Primordial Burst not available to him. And the TP is going to come. And he's saying and just using that one to get back to lane. Saying,
that was
hey,
great.
Yeah, pop the equalizer down bot, TP up top lane, and soak the wave. Nothing
He
more.
doesn't really lose anything, and he also grabs double summoners from Dusty's bot side there. So it's a win-win scenario from him. He doesn't, yes, he doesn't experience, doesn't lose any gold. And Godbro, assassin mode on.
Nice dodge there by Adi using the death mark to dodge the buster shot, but it's not going to be enough. Raya now at the mercy of Joachim. We'll get that final auto attack going. A flashed away by Fiddle is going to survive, and the final auto attack actually by Raya, or the snipe I should say. But
Marcoon.
Marcoon is here as well. Watch him. Are they going to go for the tower dive, or is he just scouting for Joachim?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's going to find him. Dash over the wall. The ult's available. Here we go. The final little bit of collateral damage should be what it takes to slay Joachim. There it is. Ignite comes in from Fiddle. A solo kill onto the Dusty support, and it's not over yet. Marcoon once more will be able to dash over into the turret. Fiddle is flanking the turret, should be able to survive with just a little bit of HP. Perfectly executed. This is why Ventus is a top 3 team.
He tried to get the level 6 by pulling in the feathers to try and get the experience from the minions, but it wasn't enough. Ventus are playing out of their minds yet again. I mean, Reese again going all the way down bot lane. This is the aftermath of Reese walking all the way down bot lane, getting both flashes from the Dusty bot lane, TPing back up, and this is the reason that Marcoon and Fiddle were able to grab another 2 kills down the bot lane, and in that matter, grab another 2,500 gold lead for themselves.
Trouble, I've been dying to point something out for the last 2 minutes, but the action has just kept on interrupting me. Rhys Drengen has rushed,
With the mobbies.
rushed mobility boots with Predator activation on the Rumble. So speaking about walking long distances, he's all about that life.
Oh, he definitely is. I mean, you said it yourself, they have nothing to lose. They can't lose right now, they can't go up, they can't go down. So you might as well, since you're 1-0 up in this game as well, you might as well be able to try some things out. He's already starting to actually roam down the middle. He has been spotted by a ward, of course, but this is kind of a thing that we are used to seeing from Rumbles. You want to be able to push your lane. They're gonna go and dive Addy?
Yeah, they're going for it. There's the equalizer coming in, but I mean, can they really kill him off? Nicely dodged there by Addy off of Godbro's counter engage here. The teleport's going to come in. What? Nipla? Okay, it's actually going to be able to save the turret here. So, okay, sure. First turret does not go down, but I'm sure it will anytime soon.
Oh, it definitely will, and it kind of, you know, we're used to, oh boy, Godbro.
Yeah, meanwhile, Godbro is going to get assassinated. Finally, it's Nipla who gets the shutdown onto him, Godbro, with a little bit of an overconfident misstep here. Poise is walking straight into Raya, though. Do you really want this fight? The primordial burst is enough. Yeah, you straight up disrespecting Raya's damage here. When the shielding is coming in as well, Red Buff is ticking. Surely he should die. Surely he should die. Joachim finally with the cask, and Phil has to stopwatch. And actually, it's Dusty coming in with the cleanup off of Ventus having just a little bit too much fun.
And I mean, sure, Dusty likes the organized, messy playstyle, I will call it, but at the end of the day, it is Ventus that's coming out ahead with the objective. Shelly has been popping to the top side. Nipla could actually get dived anytime soon. Yeah, Equalizer will be ready in just a couple of seconds, and Nipla should actually start running. Oh boy.
Should. There it is. Ventus with pretty much a solo kill. Nipla's a dead man as soon as Marcus shows up. And the turrets won't last long either.
Shelly tanking that up as a boss. Here's the actual wave coming as well. And Markun and no one to tell them to go away from the top lane tower. Is going to be the first tower falling for them. And a lot of tower plates going into their pockets. Godfrey's going to take the mid lane tower as well. Or actually...
he actually doesn't do it. He jumps away, does not get the final auto attack. The tower has 52 HP. But surely one final auto attack, or he's not going to commit for it because Bad Habit is right here. Is he going to greed for it? The final auto attack, he's not doing it. He's onto Addy. He really wants it though. Look at this guy. Finally, it falls. 460 gold goes into the pocket of Godbro. However, he flashes away from Addy, dodges out on the Shuriken, and is trying to lay down the DPS, but surely
oh my god!
Look at the amount of damage he can output though, with press the attack as well as that explosive charge. Addy almost died.
Just two? I think it was about 1 or 2 seconds away from his ultimate coming back up. Haki had his ultimate. Oh boy, Joachim, what are you doing there?
Yeah, Joachim somehow in the middle of 3 flashes into the wall, and you said that he might. You said that there's a possibility that he might do something because it's getting late. Let's not talk too much about that, but questionable that he finds himself in that position right there. And Bad Habit as well. Actually flashes away, will be able to survive. Had barely any HP at all available to him. About 20 HP there, but that opens up for Ocean Dragon, for Ventus, and if I ever saw it, this is a very free dragon.
This looks like a Spanish party to me. That's what I'm gonna call it. Addy's coming in though with the Ghost Blade. Will he be able to find anything? The answer is no, because he doesn't even have the death mark. Oh boy, look who's there.
The Predator mobility boots Rumble is coming at you at 500 miles per hour. Markun is waiting in the wings as well. Is gonna pick a fight with Poison. Addy does not get the electrocute onto Markun, however, but surely they can't defend this turret. Look at the damage coming from Riot. There it is. Electrocute is too strong. Meanwhile, on the top side, Godbro will surely get the kill onto Nipla and get out as well if he chooses to do so. However, he might want to brawl out. He actually goes for the damage jump.
Surely not.
He actually does it. The man is absolutely crazy with that Blade of the Rune King lifesteal as well as the Ninja Tabai durability. He pulls it off. Man, what a game. I'm loving it.
Things are going down onto Godbro. Not even the players themselves actually believe what is happening with this guy, and I feel like at this point, Ventus are kind of running away with it. 8,000 gold lead, 30 minutes into the game. I mean, I hate to say that, but I think the game is pretty much over at this point.
Yeah, pretty much over.
You can actually, scale with your Victor, scale with your Zaya, but it's like you're playing with -2 people. Gragas is never going to get there. He's building AP. It's not going to be a tank. He hasn't actually been anywhere on the map so far. So he's really not going to be any helpful for his team. He's actually... Oh, boy. He's actually dead again.
Joachim, again, down on the bot side, is going to force a teleport from his own teammate. Is going to be Hoist teleporting in. Adi now in the middle of several, but that Predator Equalizer just too strong, as well as Raya's bot lane Vega, showing that they can play. Stun lands again. Look at the damage coming in from this bot lane. It's actually kind of crazy. I mean... I'm shoutcasting this way because I'm excited about all the action, guys. I know that it's over, but it's still a lot of fun just watching them burst each other.
What do you mean it's over? It's just 11,000 gold lead at 14 minutes. I don't understand your pessimism.
I mean, yeah, it's looking a little bit rough, but at least they're still having fun. Marcoon with that collateral damage is not going to get it.
Hey, Joachim got a kill.
On that one. Joachim finally slays Fiddle, but the top lane inner turret
Wait, it's happening again. Moby boots.
Oh no, Moby Boats Rumble! He's coming! And there's no getting out. If your Joachim feels bad to be this guy and he's staying in, setting the tone of the playoff meta, I would guess.
Alright, he's gonna bet the tower. Bad habit.
He's still going on. This guy just doesn't rest, apparently. Raya with a peel, but yeah, finally, 1,000 gold shots. Oh, how much was that? No, 200, 400 gold. Sorry, 1,000 gold. I'm getting ahead of myself.
1,000 gold. I think you
are. Guys at the head of boys. Yeah, and what? Right? He even has a 12-stack med giant.
Almost.
Yep, there it is.
16.
How many stacks does this guy have? He's
16,
sitting up to... Oh yeah, 169 there. One lord.
Wait,
20
make it
stack
20.
med giants. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough if you're Dusty, but I think they're fine. They qualified for playoff.
I don't think it's that rough if you're Dusty. I think they're actually having fun.
I mean, there comes a point where it's no longer fun to be slaughtered left, right, and center. Oh, nice dodge by Marcus, but cheeky little auto attack there comes in from Godbro and picks up Joachim.
It looked like a double body slam.
Yeah, a little bit.
It looked like a 90 degrees angle body slam. That was crazy.
Yeah, Marcoon adding some
mechanics
onto his graves. Godbro with the assassination to Stana picks up another kill. Niffler dead, and they're just running away with it. 22
I'm actually
kills to
disappointed to see Unholy Grail on Fiddle and not Luden's Echo first item. I'm greatly disappointed by that. Adi wants some kills.
I think it's coming in though.
Wait.
Adi has Ignite taking on him. Yeah, Fiddle.
Ready to rumble.
Ignite. There's the Rumble Equalizer. Double kill for Raya. I think before it even landed. And flash forward by Joachim. Slaps Godbro to the face, but it's going to cost him an inhibitor. And now he's on the defensive as he has to run away from this angry Rumble. Here to roast him where he
he's got this, don't worry. Oh no. Hey, that's not fair. That is absolutely not fair. 2 on what they had discussed. That was clearly Marcoon cheating right there. Illegal.
Another note in Trouble's illegal book. Now including players.
Yeah.
Instead of champions. Right. Yeah, this man's on point, as is the entirety of Ventus. It seems. I'm loving it. Restringing on Rumble has got a lost chapter. Interestingly enough.
That's a 14,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
17 minutes in.
It's kind of rough. And
they got him.
Yeah,
there we go.
Dead. Finally, Restringing dies. It's Adi who picks it up. I want to take a look at how much AP that Raya is sitting on. 600 with only one completed item, a traditional item. That's kind of nuts. Raya with a GLP. Yeah, Primordial Burst. Oh man. It's way too much to handle, really. Marcoon is a one-man army. Flashes away. He's still alive. Watch this guy.
Wait, Godbro's going in.
Kind of insane. Yeah, Godbro looking for it. Soul Shackles. There's no way, Godbro.
I almost had it there, bad habit. Come on, man.
I don't think so. It's lost.
Well, I believed in him.
Hope is the last thing that will leave you.
Exactly.
Bad habit knows that staring at a gray screen, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, most of Dusty has spent this game staring at the gray screen, if we're gonna be honest here, but
Yeah, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the timeline above the scoreboard. It's straight up red. Bot lane inhibitor turret is down. The double ADC position is pummeling onto Hoys, and there's a second inhibitor surely to fall. This might be a 20-minute game if they decide to push their advantage, because they do have top lane crashing in as well. They could rotate safely to push mid. Also, if
40 kills, not even 20, not even 20 minutes in.
yeah, this guy doesn't have enough. He just can't have enough, honestly. And Predator
Oh, the Predator!
Rumble with Lost Chapter gets the double kill. Stun comes
Got
in.
him.
Joachim with one at least, but surely he's going to die as well. And I think this
I think
might
it was worth it.
be the game soon to be decided here. And then
Oh, he's going back.
yeah, he's looking for it. Raya. I doesn't have primarily burst though, so he can't actually finish them off.
This is a proper 1v1 right here.
Yeah,
Gragas-
support
Gragas
versus
versus
super
Graves?
fed Veigar. I don't know about that. Can he actually burst him? I don't think so. No, it's gonna be Ventus 2-0ing Dusty after what was one of the most one-sided games I have ever witnessed in game number 2. Congratulations to Ventus. Dusty will be facing them again in 2 days' time. And I mean, the bruises are still gonna be painful trouble in 2 nights' time, honestly.
I don't think they're gonna take this game too seriously if you're Dusty. You're definitely gonna have to be careful, because I have a feeling that Ventus is going to target Joachim. Once Joachim is behind, the entire team seems to be falling apart. And once Adi can't get rolling, then it kind of just all seems flat. So you need to make sure that you do keep Joachim and his buffs safe. You need to get him smoothly sailing at the start of the game. Know that Ventus is actually going to invade you. Keep the vision up and move on from there. But of course, congratulations to Ventus for picking up a 2 kill per minute win.
Absolutely insane with the amount of action that we saw in both of these 2 games, actually. Kind of crazy, but I'm happy that this is the way that we round off the group stage. And
We've
that
got
is
the
actually the
bracket.
conclusion. Yeah, we got the bracket. This is going to be the conclusion of the group stage. We have our 6 playoff teams. In first place, it's going to be the final tribe with Falcon in second. They both qualify to the semifinals on Friday. But in the quarters, with this win by Ventus, they will be facing Dusty in the lower side there. In just 2 days' time, and MJ Esports will battle Copenhagen Flames for who will have the privilege of facing the final tribe in the semis. And it's looking like a pretty exciting bracket, to be honest.
It definitely is, because I feel like MJ Flame actually, when it comes to gunpowder, and Dusty did show that they can fight against Ventus. Now, of course, this could not be the final showing between these 2 teams, because I just don't really think that both teams gave 100%. They had both locked in, so it wasn't going to affect one team or the other whether one of them lost or won. So I have a feeling that we're going to see the real Ventus face in 2 days' time, and it's going to be even harder for Dusty. But I do believe it is possible for Dusty to pull through.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. We will be returning to them in obviously just 2 nights time on Thursday at 1900 CEST as per usual. So we got some really fun matchups. We did see Copenhagen Flames earlier today to wanting Neon. So they've already shown that they are willing to beat up other middle of the pack kind of group stage teams here. And we're going to have to see if they can do it against MJ. I'm really looking forward to that one. I'm really looking forward to see how Ventus and Dusty face off with all guns firing ablaze. And while they both take it super seriously, trying to get up into that semifinal versus Falcon. But this is going to be all for us today. So from me, Trouble, and the entire broadcast crew, as well as someone doing the maths, I want to say thank you for watching, and we will be back on Thursday with the quarterfinals. Same time, same place, same faces. I'll see you guys then.